Hello, hello. You are watching the YouTube channel of Taylor Muscle, founder of the Women's Muscle Movement, developing mindsets for resilience and optimal living. Hello, 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 League. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I'm going to share with you three fat burning methods. Three fat burning methods, powerful fat burning methods, ones that I have personally used to. Here we go. Number one, intermittent fasting. I know there's going to be some people that are like, ah, shit, intermittent fasting, I don't want to do it. But intermittent fasting has been very helpful. Now, in and of itself is not a fat burning method, I don't think, right? I think it has tons of benefits, which I'll briefly go over in a second, but it in itself is not a fat burning method. But what it does is it's almost like, because you're not eating for a period of time, let's say this typical standard 8-hour eating window, 16-hour fast, because you're not eating for a period of time, you're training yourself to your hormone, like your hunger hormones, to not respond. You know, you're not going to respond to it. You're not going to eat because it's your stomach's growling, right? And so you're almost desensitizing yourself to those. So then when you finally do eat, you get fuller quickly, and you don't have as much time to eat. There's only 8 hours. You know, how many meals are you really going to get into 8 hours? There's not that much time to eat. So you end up eating less, right? And that's how I found that it's a great fat burning method, is that you eat less. And then as well, during your 16-hour feeding, or your 16-hour fast, your body's running all off of your carb stores, and then once your carb stores are up, off of your fat. So, hey, I mean, in a sense, it's a little kind of like a carb cycle, you know? Not really though, but kind of sort of. So, intermittent fasting, number one. Number two, carb cycling. Carb cycling, super powerful. I took so long to finally employ this, and I do not know why. What the heck was wrong with me? I'm not sure. I was just stubborn. Super stubborn. Anyhow, carb cycling has been great. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the science, but basically what it is that you are keeping your body's insulin low. And so your body uses up its carb stores, and once it uses up its carb stores, it goes and it uses its fat, your fat for energy, right? And so you're never really getting a chance to store fat, right? So carb cycling, what I do when I do carb cycling, there's so many different methods. I'll actually leave a link. I found one from the Daily Burn that was pretty good to giving you like meal plan ideas or scheduling ideas. But I do 2 days low carb, low to no carb, and then 1 day high carb. And I eat whatever I want, basically, on the high carb day. I actually go to, that's on my sushi Mondays. I go to sushi and I have a high carb day. So 2 days low carb, 1 day high carb, and that works great for me. Works absolutely great for me. And so what you're doing on the 2 low carb days is you're using your body's carb stores, and you're using your body's fat. Then on the high carb day, you're refueling. So you're refueling, and then once again, you're depleting. So your body's never getting an opportunity to store fat, and you're just leaning out, right? So that's carb cycling. Number 3 is eating the same meals. Now, this is not necessarily a technique per se, but it's something that I do, and I know a lot of other people do too, but is eating the same meals. Find a certain meal that you like. For me, it's Caesar salads. Everyone around me knows Caesar salads is what I have like all the time. But find a certain meal that's great macros for you. Find out the macros, weigh it out, everything, and then eat that meal like a lot, like every day, just so you, or even a couple meals. Have a couple meals a day that you may eat. Now people might say, oh, that's boring, I want to be able to switch it up. You don't always have to do this, but I find that it's helpful because then you don't even have to think about it. If you know that 6 ounces of chicken, 2 tablespoons of Caesar dressing and what is it? 4 tablespoons of croutons is going to give you this many macros, and you know that all the time. You know, it doesn't create that stress of having to figure out and weigh out foods each and every single time. You already know what's in that stuff. So finding meals that you just know the macros to, and they're high in protein, and you can just, your go-to meals, you just know what it is, you go to it, that, and you like it a lot too, that's going to be very helpful for you. So, sorry about that. So find a meal that you like, find out the macros, use it. So using the same meal, that's another fat burning tool that's super powerful because you don't have to think about it. It's like having meals delivered to your door, almost in a sense. You know, of course you're gonna have to create your meals, but you already have the macros. You already know what it is. So those are my 3 powerful fat burning methods. They work for me. I want subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.